Tonight, we turn up the heat on 4 student chefs in the culinary arts program at Finger Lakes Community College. 2 signature entrees and 2 signature desserts. Jake, Paul, Katherine, and Sabrina compete to become the first culinary champion at Finger Lakes Community College. This is Serious Heat. Welcome to Serious Heat, featuring the culinary arts program at Finger Lakes Community College. I'm Chef Jeffrey McLean, your host for this edition of Serious Heat. I've been passionate about food my whole life. Growing up with 2 chefs as parents, I started working in the culinary arts field at 12 years old. Today, I share my passion for cooking with students of all ages, and I teach them about the importance of great ingredients and making cooking educational and exciting. 4 second-year students in the culinary arts program at Finger Lakes Community College, taking on the challenge of competing in the school's first cooking competition. Our student chefs will be tested on what they've learned in the classroom and in the kitchen laboratory, cooking techniques, understanding local ingredients, and the creativity they show using those ingredients, their presentation skills, and most of all, the quality of their final dish. Let's meet our contestants now.
My name's Sabrina Miller. I live locally in Penn Yan, New York, and I work part-time at a restaurant in town, go to school full-time, and am aspiring to open my own business. When I got asked to do the competition, I was a little nervous, kind of hesitant, not really an outgoing person, so I asked if I could have a couple days to think about it, and I was home cooking. I made this lovely cookie with some spiced maple frosting, and I was like, totally, just go for it.
My name is Katherine and I'm from Canandaigua, New York, born and raised. And my mother and my aunt own the Lafayette restaurant where I work most of the week, doing pastries and other baking items, as well as cooking on the line. I have to say it's both exciting and highly intimidating. Sabrina is a great opponent in this. She and I have been friends for a while. So when I heard about it, I said, okay, all right, going up against your friends, that should be interesting.
My name is Jacob Jones. I'm from Canandaigua, New York, and I currently work at Nick's Chop House in Canandaigua.
It's definitely an honor to be selected. It's nice to be singled out among your peers, to be shown that what you're doing is worthwhile and that you stand out among the rest. So, like I said, it's a big honor.
My name is Paul Feisner. I am originally from Cortland, New York. I work both at F. Oliver's Oils and Vinegars as their spice room manager, and I also work in the kitchen at the Bellhurst in Geneva. Definitely honored. I don't have nearly as much experience in the kitchen as a lot of my classmates. Several of them have been working in kitchens for years, and I just changed careers, so I was definitely flattered, but I was honored.
Each contestant will have 15 minutes to shop and procure all of their ingredients. Contestants will have access to common sundries, salt, pepper, and oil, as well as a few basic other supplies in the competition kitchen. But all other items must be purchased at the host location, the Wegmans Supermarket in Pittsford, New York. While our contestants are completing the shopping portion of their challenge, let's meet our sponsor for today's Serious Heat competition.
Hi, I'm Angela Volta, and I'm the cooking school manager here at our Wegmans Menu Cooking School. We've got a couple of different philosophies at Wegmans, at our stores and at our cooking school and all of our other cooking events. A lot of it is about building confidence in the kitchen and trying new products. We have so many different products at Wegmans all the time, and sometimes people don't know how to use something new, so we like to teach them and help them feel better about it. And often it's about making their meals easier. Maybe you like to spend a lot of time in the kitchen. We can teach you start to finish how to make something taste really great. Maybe you don't like to spend much time in the kitchen, and that's okay too. And we've got something for you to grab and go and enjoy, and we'll teach you how the proper way is to heat that up, or maybe some pairing suggestions. So it's about building confidence, trying some new things, and always having fun all the way around. To be able to see the students come as they are and getting that culinary education, and then go share that with the world. Whatever they decide to do, whether it's working at a restaurant or being a chef on TV or helping their little sister to eat healthier, whatever it happens to be, it really makes me feel good to know that we at Wegmans and myself personally help with that.
In addition to a wide variety of classes to help customers become more comfortable with their cooking skills, the staff uses the Menu Research and Development Kitchen to test out new recipes used at Wegmans and published in Wegmans Menu Monthly Magazine. Now that our contestants are done shopping, they head back to their stations to organize and prep their ingredients. This step is known by the French term mise en place, which roughly translates to everything in its place. It could be as simple as peeling the apples and pears or chopping the vegetables. But it is an important category in which the contestants will be judged. Our contestants will be given 1 hour to prepare, cook, and plate their dish. Jake and Paul are each preparing an entree, while Sabrina and Katherine will be creating desserts. As each contestant is done, he or she will present a final dish to our panel of judges. As our contestants work on their preparations, let's check in with the head of FLCC's Culinary Arts program.
What's really neat about FLCC is the area surrounding it and the amount that goes on with terms of fresh food, beverages, wine, beer, distilled products, those types of things. I think that really makes the food scene, if you will, here very unique, which is interesting to me.
Jamie Rotter is a certified executive chef who is responsible for both the curriculum and the practical experience of the college's Culinary Arts program.
The program, as I understand it, came about. A lot of folks were interested in attaining a culinary arts degree, and there were no offerings in this area. So the Wine and Culinary Center, who does plenty of public classes, approached FLCC to offer a 4-credit associates in culinary arts, as well as a certificate program. So our program is actually co-registered with the Wine and Culinary Center.
Our chefs will be awarded points in 9 categories: organization, uniformity and cleanliness, culinary techniques and skills, the proper use of ingredients, timing and workflow, creativity and complexity of ingredients, presentation skills, portion size and nutritional balance, and finally, flavor, texture, and doneness. FLCC students are also exposed to the latest trends and ways to apply practical skills in a real-world setting. Each semester, student chefs prepare Dinner at Julia.
Julia is our restaurant capstone project. It's a 5-credit-hour class where students get to participate doing all the jobs that are available in a restaurant. For example, it'll be front of the house manager, one night they're executive chef, another night they're dishwasher, another night they're baker. So they get a fairly global kitchen experience at that point. Many of our students work, so they're already working in the business, but this lets them take the lead where they may not get that opportunity in a job setting. The other thing that is unique about a restaurant practicum is that where we invite the public in, they're actually getting real critique from real people. And that's a very important thing to kind of close the feedback loop. Explain to them, and when people know you and they don't want to upset you, they're going to tell you everything's wonderful. When you get those comment cards coming in from the dining room, they're real people with real comments. It tends to be a much stronger reinforcement. You know, I started in the program with little formal training. I started as a dishwasher and kind of moved my way up. And I didn't go to college until I was 28. I knew exactly what I wanted to do at that point. And so, you know, I was a little bit out of the mold. Many people are coming out of BOCES programs and getting into college, and they aren't sure of what they want to do. So what I try and do is just two things. I try and show them a very realistic side of the business, which is that, you know, it's not like it was necessarily in high school where everybody's telling you you're doing great and all of that. You know, we're pretty real life with regard to that, and I think you need to start learning that now. And the other thing that I tell students is you need to explore everything that's out there, and find something that really catches your attention. And that's difficult because I think that a lot of students today are kind of led to believe, you know, you can do anything you want or you can be anything you want. And that may be true, but there's an awful lot of hard work that's involved in that. So the best thing that you can do is go and learn from anybody that you can. Even a job at McDonald's may not tell you a whole lot about culinary arts, but it certainly tells you a whole lot about food management, cost management, and those types of issues. So any experience when you're a young person getting involved in this business is good experience. If you're not learning what to do, as I say all the time, you're learning what not to do. And that, in a lot of cases, is even more valuable.
Contestants, your time is nearly up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Utensils down. Get ready to present your dishes to our panel. And let's meet our panel of judges today. We're delighted to welcome Executive Chef David Brown to our Serious Heat panel. Chef David is owner, along with his wife, of All Occasions Catering. Our second judge is Richard Larkin, an associate professor of hotel and restaurant management at Finger Lakes Community College. Angela rounds out our three-judge panel for this Serious Heat competition. The first contestant to present to our judges is Paul.
Judges, what I have to present for you this evening is an Autumn in New York duet of chicken. What we have before you is an airline breast of chicken roasted, along with a braised thigh. The thigh is braised in chicken stock, along with shiitake mushrooms, shallots, pancetta, and Danjou pear. That is served over a bed of creamy acorn squash puree and haricot vert with walnuts.
Presenting next, Jake.
Hello judges, my name is Jake Jones and I'll be presenting my Heart's Chicken Duet in front of you here today. I tried to go something that's very reminiscent of the fall season. That's my favorite time of year and I love Thanksgiving and brings everybody together. And that's kind of what this is for me. I did a chicken. I tried to use everything that I could out of the chicken, all the scrap that I had. It is the Airline Supreme breast. I cut a pocket in, as you can see earlier, and I stuffed it with the thigh meat, and I also stuffed it with the drumstick and the tender that comes off the inside of the Supreme. I seasoned it with a little bit of sage and fennel, trying like a quasi-traditional, I would say, sausage, and a little salt and pepper, nothing too fancy, just try and keep it simple and do well. Pan-seared it with just a touch of dusting of flour, just so I didn't burn it, I didn't stick to my pan. And I finished it in the oven, so it was pan roasted. My risotto is a normal risotto. The only thing is it did not have any wine in it, so I just added a little bit more chicken stock to it to try and bulk up the flavor. A little salt and pepper, and you'll see it has raisins inside of it and some fresh chive. And I kept it pretty simple with the green beans, just pan-seared garlic. So. Oh, and my apple pan sauce. I'm sorry, I took the fond from the pan sauce, and I took a little bit of Wegmans apple cider and just a pinch of heavy cream. So it's like a light sink. Go well with it. It's wonderful. Enjoy it.
Now it's Katherine's turn to present.
Thank you for allowing me to cook for you today. Today I have prepared for you a pear and brie tart featuring a walnut crust, iced wine reduction with ginger, crystallized ginger, and diced apricots, and a caramel sauce.
Our last contestant to present is Sabrina.
Hello, Chef. Today I made for you a apple maple compote crepe. It has a cinnamon creme anglaise sauce on top. The compote is made with a local maple syrup.
Well, I thought this was a lot of fun. I mean, we definitely got outside of our comfort zones and did some things we're not used to. But, I mean, overall, I think we all handled it pretty well. It's nothing that we're not prepared for.
I was so focused on trying to get everything done. I actually did one step too early, and I had to adjust because I was worried about my squash getting done. I was worried about my chicken getting done. And I put the green beans in, and I got them done, and I realized suddenly I have 10 minutes left, and I've got green beans that are done. They're gonna shrivel up, get dry, be horrible. So I had to figure out how do I get those held at temperature and leave them there for 10 minutes before I get everything else done.
and plated in time. And the only thing I could think of was I got the oven on warming the plates, so I just stuck them in there with them.
We'll start off with Paul, and I was really impressed with his confidence, and that really showed in his dish. That squash was spot on.
The squash was wonderful, best thing of the entree round, I think. The shiitake braise was complex and delicious. I thought that was real good.
I thought he did a really good job given the complexity of the dish and the time he had.
I'm just most worried about my chicken being fully cooked. That was my big worry. And I had it in the oven, I had it resting as long as I could, but the chicken was like twice as big as we expected it to be. So I'm worried around the joint. It's not going to be fully cooked.
Oh, and let's talk about Jake.
The sausage on my chicken was undercooked. It was not edible.
The risotto I thought was delicious with that little bit of sweetness in there. The one thing that I would have really liked to see though with that chicken was a nicer, pan sear to it, a little bit longer on the pan sear.
I thought the sweetness of the risotto was quite nice. It was unexpected, and with the apple pan sauce, I thought it was a really nice mix. The risotto could have been, or was a little bit overcooked, I think. And I too had a undercooked chicken sausage too. So
I'm a little concerned about my presentation scores, how they might be, because I was definitely planning to get a little something different on the plate, a little bit fancier than what ended up on the plate. But.
Okay, we'll start off with Sabrina, and this is so hard. The desserts were just amazing. Good mise en place. Her crepes may have been just a little bit underdone. She had great patience with her sauce, and it turned out really nice for her.
I like the flavors in her dessert. The apples have a nice spicy flavor to them. I would have liked to have seen her use the other side of the crepe, the round side of the crepe for the presentation, and then a little more color on the plate also.
I didn't quite get as much maple flavor as I thought I would get in that. And the plate presentation was a little monochromatic.
My cheese didn't spread, and that's really stressing me out. I wanted it to be perfect, and it wasn't. So they're probably like, why do I have like a ball of hard brie in this corner of my tart?
So we'll talk about Katherine now. Katherine's mise en place also was spot on.
I'll start out with the only negative thing I can come up with, and that's that the brie maybe wasn't as melted as maybe we would have liked it. But beyond that, this was a fantastic dessert. Dessert I'd pay money for. The reduction brought a brightness to the meal that was just fabulous.
I should have done my tart crusts first, let them cool, and then, on the plate, melted the cheese. But it's all in the judges' hands now.
It's time. Our judges have tallied their individual and group scores, and I have the results. Paul, your roasted acorn squash was a huge hit with the judges, while they felt your chicken could have benefited from a better sear, and it could have been plated better as well. That, along with your knife skills and your confidence level, earned you enough points to reach a silver standard in today's competition. Jake, while you might have struggled to finish what was quite an ambitious entree in today's competition, the panel thought your risotto was very good with a very unique flavor. Though your harvest chicken with sage sausage stuffing was a bit undercooked and a bit too large, and the plate could have used a little more order and color, your scores overall were high enough to earn you the bronze standard in today's competition. Sabrina, while the judges thought the presentation of your spiced apple crepes was a bit too bland and lacked garnish, they really enjoyed the spicy flavor and texture of the apples and thought your sauce was of a good consistency. Overall, your scores also earned a silver standard today. Katherine, the judges were a bit disappointed with the brie pieces in your pear tart. They were a little too large to melt properly. And a comment was made that your ice wine could have used more reduction for a sharper flavor. But everyone thought the caramel was delicious and that you created a complex, unforgettable dessert. Your fine mise en place skills and the fantastic flavors and texture earned you a gold standard. So Katherine, You are the winner of today's Serious Heat competition. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Your parents are proud of the judges. Well done.
Well, thank you. Wow, beautiful. This is an honor. Thank you for the opportunity to participate in this.
Thank you all for watching tonight's Serious Heat competition. I'm Chef Jeffrey. Keep cooking.